Okay, I think we're live. Now I apologize if you hear any background noise because I'm just saying fuck it, leaving the doors open and that kind of shit. And I need to... No. That wasn't the button I wanted. Copy link location. Just need to share this around a little bit. And there we go. I put it out on Gab and Minds, which automatically send shit out to Twitter and the Facebooks. Hello, Kaho-chan. So glad to have you here. Let's pop out the chats. And get to it. So, how is everyone today? I guess we're still waiting for some people to show up. I won't dive headfirst in before people have shown up, but... yeah, instead of doing some game programming today, or rather game system programming, I'm just going to be spending some time showing people that these bots are literally part of Twitter's business model and not something that is abusing Twitter. And we're going to start that by, we're going to spend some time reading Twitter's Developer Agreement and Policy. Hello, Atakeen. Oh, speaking of which. Let's put that in there too. And I don't know, let's throw it over here as well. Might as well, I mean, yeah. Just making sure it's all shared around. Now, I wanted to start by going through and looking at the Twitter Developers Agreement, because this is the only thing that exists that could actually say, well, you can be banned for this. Restrictions on use of licensed materials. You will not attempt to and not allow others to reverse engineer, decompile, disassemble, or translate the Twitter API, or otherwise attempt to derive source code, trade secrets, or know-how. That's a weird one. You'll not attempt to exceed or circumvent limitations on access of use and use of the Twitter API, rate limits, or otherwise use Twitter API in a manner that exceeds reasonable request volume, but they certainly don't show you. Now, I would show you my, what's my rate limit? How do I find out my rate limits? Twitter API rate limits. Alright, so rate limiting on the API is primarily on a per user basis. If a method allows for 15 requests per rate limit window, then it allows 15 requests per window per access code. Okay, so 1 request per minute, or rather 15 calls every 15 minutes. Interesting. So it is extremely heavily limited. And I will get a response that says errors, rate limit exceeded. Where the hell's my chats? Yeah, let's, okay, so... how do I find out my rate limit? Yeah, rape limit. If your site keeps track of many Twitter users, consider only requesting data for users who have recently signed in. Cache your data. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Requests using application-only authentication are evaluated in a separate context. You might want to use this additional rate limit pool as a reserve for your typical user-based operations. Well, I'm not using user-based operations. I am literally going to just create a bot. Developer policy. Okay. Guiding principles. Keep any API keys or other access credentials private and use only as permitted. If your application will need more than 1 million user tokens, you must contact us. Follow the display requirements, Twitter rules, and Periscope community guidelines. Respect privacy, blah blah blah. Keep Twitter spam free. This is the rule that I'm pretty sure they're using when it comes to this shit. So yeah, if you guys were watching my video earlier, Gab does have an API and it is possible, but they haven't really exposed data on how to use their API yet, so I won't be doing a video on that until they reveal that information. That said, I suspect that if an API is released for Gab, it will be attacked in the same way 4chan and 8chan are attacked, so there's always that concern. I'm just making sure I'm not going to be violating anything. Social updates. You must display a prominent option to publish that content to Twitter, blah blah blah. Sign in with Twitter, Twitter cards. Yeah, you know what? Most of this looks like we are going to be perfectly fine demoing how to make a Twitter bot. Because, yeah, I mean, people talk about these bots as if they are AI on the level that Google or Amazon uses, and no, what we're essentially going to be seeing here is just how fucking simple this shit is. Now, which of you has updated most recently? I guess the Twitter API hasn't been updated in 8 months. So, the Twitter library. Let's get started by yarn init y. Don't need to fill in any of that data just yet. Yarn add Twitter. Yarn add dev Babel. Do I need that in dev or do I need that in normal? Not sure. I mean, it's got the dependency, so we're just gonna do it normally. Babel Clive, Babel preset env Babel. I mean, we're not gonna be actually doing anything super, you know, complex here. We just need the very basics right now. And as far as easier or harder goes, honestly, we're talking about some of the easiest stuff in programming, which is making a web request to an API endpoint, and then, you know, crafting a response and making a request, and then making another request to publish. What we're going to do today is spend a little bit of time having some fun. And showing just how simple this shit really is. No, that's an N, not a comma. Thank you. Start Babel node. Where's the Babel node API? Babel node. Let's see. We use it by, yeah. I don't want to compile, I just want to execute it. There it is. Babel node. Okay, so npx babel node index.js. Alright, and now code index.js. Pop up, thank you. Now, let's have a little bit of fun. Import, I believe it's just T. Sorry, I got all my APIs. Okay, import Twitter from Twitter. Now, something I did before we got started, because if I reveal these keys, you'll notice over here on the side I've got a file named twittertokens.json. This is essentially the API keys that I'm going to be using to access Twitter's API, and if I reveal those and someone else uses them, they can compromise my account. So that's not something I can show off. However, what I can do is import... Wait, hold on. Let me just double check something. How to load a JSON file. I don't want to use it like that. Yeah, okay, so I just import keys from .twittertokens.json, and now I should have a variable named keys that has the four what are called the God, what are they called? God damn it. Where is my... There we are. My consumer key, my consumer secret, my access token, and my access token secret. The consumer key and consumer secret are for reading, and the access token and access secret are for accessing my account and using it to post. From here, we basically just move on using the API. Where is that tab? I just had it open. No, you. Thank you. So what we're gonna do is create a let client equal new Twitter. Undo. Okay, let's take fucking React out of this. Thank you. No fucking React is needed. Consumer key. Keys.consumer key. Consumer secrets. Keys.consumer secrets. Access token key. Keys.access. Shit. Just a second. I gotta move this out of here so I can look at something. Access token and access secret is what I named them. Alright. Access token and access token secrets. Keys.access secrets. And now I just close that off, and we are connecting to Twitter. Now, we have to be very careful with this. I have to take things very slowly, otherwise I will start getting rate limiting errors, and rate limiting errors are a bastard. I gotta pop open my Twitter API as well. So let's go to Twitter API, docs, ads, search tweets, direct message. So this is what we're looking at, by the way. This is the Twitter API. You've got basics here, unnecessary. Accounts and users. Subscribe to your account activity. Manage account settings and profiles. Mute, block, and report users. Follow, search, and get users. Create and manage lists. Post, retrieve, and engage with tweets. I believe there's a separate setup for certain. No, there's not. So let us start here. Oh, Twitter's absolutely rape culture. So here's what we have, right? So we've got post to statuses update, post statuses destroy for deleting a tweet, get statuses show ID, get statuses oembed, get statuses lookup. Search. Let's start by searching tweets. Okay, standard search. Because we are not paying for this shit. Detailed reference on the API endpoint is here. API Twitter 1.1 search tweets.json. Alright, so once we've created our client, we can then start making requests. So for a search, for example, I don't want to use a streaming API because we're not doing anything with that. But we should be able to okay, so I have a limit of 180 requests per every 15 minutes. Oh, no. 415 requests per 15 minutes. Alright, that's awesome. So let's play around. Let us make a search. We're going to let search results equal client.get. And then we are going to use, I believe it's just search tweets.json, I hope. Let's find out. Search tweets.json. And from here, we just need to add in our parameters. So our parameters are going to be thus. We have Q, which is our query, and our query is going to be it's basically a simple search query. So we're going to search for MAGA just to start. And we're going to limit ourselves to the... Let's just do the first 10. Count 10. And then we're going to console.log search results to see what we get. Alright. Yarn start. Unexpected token import. How bizarre. Why does BabelNode hate me? You're gonna make me compile it, aren't you? Of course you are. Alright, so let's just do it this way then. So let's pop back open our package.json. We're gonna do Babel index.js out file bin Russian totally Russian.js, and this is going to be builds, and then start is going to be node bin totally Russian.js. That should work. Save. Alright, so let's try it. Yarn build. Make dir bin. Yarn build. And then yarn start. Bullshit! Code bin totally Russian. Okay, so it didn't compile. Oh, I know what I did. I'm an idiot. I forgot to code BabelRC. I forgot to tell it what to use. I'm an idiot. Presets and env save. And now if I yarn builds, our totallyrussian.js, yes, should look a lot more obese. So if we run it, yarn starts, cannot find module Twitter tokens dot oh, god damn it. Alright, let's get rid of bin for now, because we're moving shit around that doesn't need to be moved around. Promise pending. Okay, so it is using promises. Why? So we need a then. Alright, in which case, come back over here. Let search results equal nothing. And now, since we have a promise in here, then tweet search results equals tweet. Now I can save it, yarn build, and yarn starts. Okay, that's odd. I probably need to catch just in case there's an error. Catch. Oh, you know what the problem is? No, that shouldn't be a problem. Babel, Twitter, API. Yeah, I'm gonna set it up so that you can't, so that you can download the code and add your own keys. Let's see how other people do this shit. Of course, you're using the whole damn thing. Tweet.jsx. No, that's not what I want. ESX. There we go. Or, there we go. What the fuck's wrong with me? Okay, source bots. Alright, so using Twit instead of Twitter, but that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. This is not what I want either. Oh, it looks like I'm not the only one doing it, so. Now everyone's using Twit these days. Maybe I should as well. Let's, instead of using Twitter, use Twits. Yarn add Twits. Package Twit, and of course I'm using the Node API library, or the NPM libraries, to have, you know, code right in front of my face that is, you know, extremely simple to use. It looks like the Twit library is a lot easier to use. Import T from... oh no, import Twit from Twits. Imports keys from Twitter tokens.json. Now, var t equals new twits. Consumer key keys.consumer key. Consumer secret keys.consumer secrets. Access token keys.access token, and access token secret keys.access access secrets. There, basically the same thing, but it's a slightly different library that seems to be more popular. Now we can actually run a very there we go, here, t.get search tweets. Don't even need that following Q MAGA since 2018 02. Actually, you know what, why don't we search for Twitter lockout, just for simplicity's sake. Today's what, the 21st? Yes, 2/02/21, and error data, is that all? Yeah, error data response. Console.log data. Alright, let's see how this works out. Yarn build and yarn start. There we go. We have now grabbed a whole bunch of shit. Interesting. We've got some tweets regarding a new hashtag that's come out, bots and prayers. Let's see if we can't pick out some of these tweets in order to retweet them. Let's find a common thread in it, shall we? I'm gonna pop open Twitter, or rather, I guess I already have Twitter open somewhere. Or might not. Twitter.com. Let's go to the hashtag Twitter lockout. I'll bring it over here for you guys so you can see it. Pop up latest just so we can see what's going on. Alright, so let's find some tweets actually worth retweeting. Yeah. Right now, it is quite a shit show, I'll be completely honest. Well, I'm about to become a Russian bot curated opinions, as you can see. I have to be very careful with how many requests I make at any given time, though. Once we get our response, let's search results equal... Nope. Alright, now we've stuck our search results into data. Now we want to filter it. So we've got a whole bunch of fucking fields that each one is set up at. We've got a created at field, an ID field, this one's going to be importance. We've got the ID string, which is just the ID as a string instead of a number format. We've got the text of the fields. We've got a retweet count, a favorite count. Let's retweet the top 3. So, alright, so in order to sort that, we want to we need to filter, well, okay. JavaScript sort object by value. Sorting JavaScript objects by value. Okay, so we're going to create a little sorting function. And we're going to base this off of the retweet count. So we make a and of course this is coming in as an array, right? No, it's an object of objects. Strange. Shouldn't it be an object? Oh no, this is the search metadata at the end. What we've got is a statuses key, which then has an array of objects in it. Data.statuses. There we go. So now our search results are only the search results. We can now go through and actually it looks like it's pulling them in sorted order. That's interesting. So let's hold on, let me check out the API for the sort function. Sort. Array.prototype.sort. You can give it a I believe you can give it a function. Yes, okay, you give it a function. So, search results.sort. I believe it's just AB, right? Yes. AB, where return A dot retweet count minus B dot retweet count. Now what we're doing here is we're basically when it returns, it tries to determine whether A or B is higher by using this subtract function. If it returns a number that's negative, if it returns a number that's negative, A is larger, or excuse me, B is larger. If it runs returns a number that's positive, A is larger. So now we are sorted by results, and I want to only get the first 3. So I believe JavaScript has a take function. Take. Okay, slice, that's what it is. So we're going to take that sorted list and we're going to slice it in order to get 0 through 2. Let search sorted, let top 3 equal, and now if it returns a negative number, that means B is higher than A. Here, let me give you a quick example. So if, let's say A equals 2,000 and B equals 1,000. A minus B equals 1,000, which is a positive number, so A is larger than B. But if we swap those around, A minus B equals negative 1,000, we now know that B is higher because the result is negative. Does that make sense? But we're essentially grabbing the top 3 tweets, and then we are going to, where is it? God, I have way too many tabs open right now. Where did I stick that window? There. Okay, get posts. Statuses updates. We're going to start by doing t.posts statuses updates. Status. My next 3 retweets are being done by a Russian bot. Suka blyat. And error data response. Console.log data. That way we get the information back about what we've just done. And now we can crap, I'm an idiot. I'm out of practice, so I'm technically doing this for practice as well. Besides, I thought it would be quite fun. Let tweet in top 3. T.posts. God damn it, I've got way too many windows open between these. I keep losing my shit. T.posts, statuses, retweets. Plus tweet.id. I believe it's ID, right? Yes, tweet.id. Actually, let's do it this way. Tweet.id string, just for simplicity's sake. You know what? I think I'm doing this wrong. Tweet ID with ID as tweet.id and error data response is console.log data. And now we have to put in a little delay. So JavaScript sleep. No, that's not what I want. So I need to actually create myself a function right quick. Now in JavaScript, functions are always floated to the top. So we are going to create a millisecond timed thinger, and that is going to return new promise resolve set timeout resolve ms. And now I can sleep 1,000. Yeah, 1,000. I don't want it to wait too long. So now we save and try again. Let's see if this works. Search results.sort is not a function. Why? Console.log search results. Let's find out. Stick in a Actually, you know what? Stick in that. It's gonna print out some shit, and it didn't console.log it. How bastardly. It's running the code, but it's crashing before it can actually run the code. It's compiling it, but it's not doing what it's supposed to. That's bizarre, because search results should be an array. Huh. Search results should be an array. Why are you complaining? Line 28, column 30. Which is that? No. Oh, right. Let's look at the resulting code. That's not the resulting code. Delete. Move to recycle bin. That's the resulting code. 28, yeah. So, data.statuses. Why aren't you giving me my console.log of search results? That's odd. Alright, well. Oh, you know what I should do? So the code does... Oh, no. Z, save. Come back over to index.js. This should not be an object. This should be an array. There we go. Now, if we go over to my Twitter account, let's see what I did. Huh. So, it listed off everything, but it did not actually do the retweet. That's bizarre. Oh, wait, yeah. Teed up post, statuses, retweet ID. Is that not a post command? It is a post. Statuses, retweet ID. Didn't really get an error. Let's get rid of this console.log and also put in a console.log error. Status is a duplicate. That's fascinating. Going back over to my Twitter account. It's not doing the retweet. I mean, here's my Twitter account. You can see my next 3 retweets are being done by a Russian bot, Sikabliats. But it's not actually doing the retweet action. That's interesting. Of course, I'm not getting... Of course, yeah, I am going to get an error. Status is a duplicate because... well, obvious reasons, really. Let me close a few extra windows to make sure that they're not fucking taking up valuable tab space. And then I can stick my Twitter tab back in there. It's very interesting that it's not actually doing the... Let me go look at the Twitter API again. Where is my standard tweets? Engage with tweets. Post statuses retweet :ID. Yeah. Come on. Guides. API reference. Okay. Get statuses, retweets, ID. Oh, okay, so yes, that is that. Example requests. The Twit API is weird. The Twitter API, rather, is weird. Hold up, I'm gonna go retweet that. Oh, that is brilliant. There should be a... No, the original Sukabliat post should be there, because, I mean, it's right here, and I can see that someone... You didn't get that in your timeline. That's probably because I'm shadow banned. So, yeah. Also, Russian bot Sukabliat is certainly something that is probably going to get me in trouble with Twitter and get me shadow banned right off the bat. So, that's probably why it's not showing up in your timeline. Let me get rid of this right quick. It's not actually doing the retweet, though. Status retweet. Is it retweet or retweets? It is retweets. Alright. Now I'm getting status is a duplicate. However, you know what the problem is? Let's comment all this out. Shift I. Undo. What'd I just do? Comment all this out for now. And console.log top 3. So this is just going to do the search results, and it's going to, it should print out an empty array. Okay, that's the problem. Did I fuck this up? Where is my array.sort? Array.prototype.sort. Give me a goddamn example of using the yeah. So the compare function, instead of compare numbers instead of strings, the compare function can simply subtract B from A. Yeah, that's what I thought I was supposed to do. So to sort objects, this should be working. Let's see if I shouldn't, let's see if it's because I'm using a... Let's see if that makes a difference. No, that doesn't make a difference. If error does not, well, error should be an well, if error console.log error. Nope, no error. So all we're getting is an empty array when I try and sort it. Well, fuck it. Let's simplify things right quick and see if I can't fix this. Let top 3 equal search results dot sort, or no, dot slice 02. Nope. The slice is not getting anything out of it. So it wasn't my sort function. It appears it was my slice function. Well, I'm gonna delete this for now, and we're just going to retweet the top retweeted one. Just to show you that it works. That assures that it's sorted. Now, t.post statuses retweet ID, where ID equals top 3. Let's change the name of this to, just so that the names are correct. Sorted results 0.id. Now, what this does here, this basically picks out the very first element from the list, which should technically be the highest one, because when you do a search tweets, it always returns the same thing as going to, come on, going to a hashtag and going to the top results on Twitter lockouts. So ID, technically this does not need to be a function. I can just do that, and now I can do the same thing here. Air data res console.log data. Now, if I am correct, this should do the retweets. No, cannot read property of undefined. So my search results are breaking somewhere. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. We're deleting all this. Console.log search results. Oh, wait, no. Let's do that here. Console.log search results. Save. Yeah, okay, search results is coming up completely empty. How fucking bizarre. It shouldn't be. I should be able to get that data out of there. If I do that, do we get the same problem? Yes, okay. So we do not have our results just yet. Somewhere along the lines, there is a promise that needs to be fulfilled that I have not looked into yet. So, tget somewhere in here there should be information about the alright, no. Oh, JavaScript does not support such big numbers without losing precision. That's part of the problem. Alright, I see. I kind of see what's going on. However, we are not... Wait, that's... Okay, so this here... Alright, so... But if I do this... I will get my results. Yep, okay, so there are my results. So for the time being, we're just going to take the operation as is. And we are going to say t.post statuses retweet ID, where ID equals let's go with search results 0.id string and error data response console.log data. This, on the other hand, should fucking work. Now, if we go back over to my accounts, I'm gonna unretweet that because it worked, and I can show you that it worked right here, but I also unretweeted it because that is not something I want showing up on my accounts. But yes, as you can see, I have retweeted it using the bots. So, now we have a basic formula. Unfortunately, it does have a little bit of desynchronization. Now, let me explain exactly what's going on here and why shit was so weird. Okay, so it takes a little bit of time for the search to finish and the results to be returned to me, right? Which is so when we call this, it waits. It gives me a promise to start off that it's going to get me the data. A promise is essentially a function that returns a waiting status until we actually get the data, and then when we get the data, it calls this function here. Okay? Wait. Yeah. It calls this function here. Now, once it gets the data, it calls this function. It'll stick the error in error, the data in data, and the response, the HTTP response in response. And then it'll run this code. The reason that when it's outside of these brackets it didn't work, but when I put it up here it did, is essentially because as soon as it runs this, it's skipping past all of this and instead running the code below it while it waits for the response. It's doing an asynchronous call. JavaScript twit awaits. Okay. No, it's not what I want. That's not what I want. Just looking through things. Alright, so essentially what we've got, and in case you're curious, this is perhaps just as complex as any Russian bot that exists. The only difference is they probably have a variable in here known as let followers equal, and then a list of usernames, Sevi Rose, literally who, a paver darkly, real Donald Trump, blah 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 blah, and then in this, then it uses this list and will and whenever it gets, using the streaming API, whenever it gets a post by them, it will just automatically retweet that tweet. Asynchronous code is a pain in the ass to program and edit because well, okay, let me find a good way to describe it for you in some sort of visual language. So, we're not actually executing all of this here, right? We're only executing this part. And then we're giving it this function so that this can execute the rest of it once it gets the data back from Twitter. Because of that, anything down here so console.log before. I'm going to take out this and console.log search results 0. This way we're only making a request and we're not actually making a retweet. So now, if I run this, it's going to say before the actual results come in for us, as you can see. Here's before, and now here is the the top search results. And as you can tell, looking through all this information, this tweet came from Kentucky, and if I recall correctly, it also came from a cuck. Oh, no, at this point it actually came up with, since Twitter is attempting to censor conservatives. Alright, so let's create our, search results equals data.statuses.sort. A, B, return A dot retweet count, I believe that's what it is, in reply to, no, I don't want the user data, I want the number of retweets. Retweet count, not retweets counts, minus B dot retweet count. Now this should always give, this should, at least for the next few tries, give us the same results. And it gives us equal contempt, no. Where's the text? Here. RT idyllic living Twitter lockout. Now let's find that tweet. Twitter.com. Bring up the Twitter lockout hashtag, which is slowly dying. We might have to switch to a new hashtag, but the tweet in question is this one. Essentially, a retweet of another tweet. I just looked at my Twitter on Safari, and it shows I'm following all 28,000, whereas the Twitter app, it shows that I lost all those I was following. So there is a difference between the Twitter app and viewing Twitter online. Why this comes up first, I won't know. I don't really know, because Charles V. Payne should be coming up first anyways. This is the one that I want to be getting. Hello, Jack. A lot of people are asking about the Twitter lockouts. Could the company please provide the criteria for erasing followers while folks sleep? I know there's a lot of pressure to be more responsible in curbing certain actions, but that shouldn't extend to muting opinions. That should be the top tweet, because it certainly has more than 0 retweet count. And yet, here we go, we're getting the other one first. Search results data.statuses.sort. Let's change this to a direct function just to make sure that nothing funny is going on with it. Nope, we're still getting the exact same thing. No, this is a completely different one, and it also has retweet counts. Let's swap that around, because I'm getting the last one. That's why. I'm an idiot. Alright. And And now we get... Yes, alright, sorry. So I fucked up my search. B has to come before A because we want to determine if B is higher than A, not A is higher than B. But there's that, so now we can delete this. Actually, do they give me a direct link to it? Can I get a link to the tweet that can be used for quote tweeting? They give me an ID. If I select a tweet, it goes by twitter.com username status ID. Alright, so let's do that. Let's do a quote tweet. So we're going to t.post statuses updates status oh shit ES6 interpolation template literals. Okay, just double checking something. Alright, so what we are going to do is say Sukabliat all be Russian bots https twitter.com search results 0. Where is the username? Where is the username? I know it's in here. Okay, so user.screen name. Status. And then search results 0. ID string. And this will allow us to... Oh, wait, no, I need backticks for this to work. There we go. Now you can also see the color differences in the text, and that is what it's replacing. Data res. Let's delete that again. X. And then console.log data. Now I should be making a post that retweets this post, even if it is a retweet, notably. And let's see if it works. Let's go to my Twitter account. My account page. God damn it. Well, the numbers changed, so I'm going to just delete this tweet. But here, just to show you that it worked. Sukabliat, we all must be Russian bots. My next three, and here's the retweet of the tweet that I ended up grabbing because it just got out ahead in retweets. So now delete tweets. And that is how you... Now let's see. It should have the content here. It says 2570, which is odd, because I could have sworn that... Yeah. It's not showing up here. This has 7,000 tweets from 6 hours ago, which was... Okay, well, Twitter's API is fucking weird, by the way. You can't rely on it to actually provide you perfect solutions. Unfortunately, if you want it to do that, you have to deal with a little bit of flibberty-gibbet flexibility. After all, there is tons of data flying by every time, but essentially what we have here is the very basic, the very simplest form of a Twitter bot. Now let's do something a little more complex. Let's make a sourcer. We're going to remove totallyrussian.js. We're going to keep this around for now. However, we're going to have to fix up our package.json. I'm just going to delete that for the time being. Let's actually make something that follows along with Twitter using the streaming API. Come on. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up a connection to Twitter's streaming API. Source, new file, index.js. We'll close this one for now. Actually, you know what? Let's reopen it. Import twit from twit. Import keys from... I guess I can just copy paste that shit. Yank. Paste. And there's our basic boilerplate. Now, let stream equal t.stream statuses filter track. Let us track the word Russian. Let's track the words Russian bots. Okay. Stream.on. No. Don't autocomplete that shit. Tweets. Tweets. Console.log. Tweets. Okay, so streaming API. Using the streaming API on message, on tweets. So essentially what this is doing is it's setting a trigger so that whenever a tweet comes in that matches the filter of Russian bots, it's going to log it to our console. Let's head back over to console.json, source index.js, and run this again and see what we get. Oh no, we gotta make it wait. So how am I going to keep it alive? How am I going to keep this alive? Yes, computers get triggered. They are fucking weak. So now, while one Now, this code right here that I just put in, while 1 and empty brackets, essentially that just means run forever. And if a tweet comes in that has Russian bots in it, we should get notified. But apparently nothing's coming in right now, so I will speed up the process. Oh wait, that wasn't correct. Damn it. Delete that. That should have worked. It might take it just a moment. I tweeted out how many Russian bots does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop. Unfortunately, it's not showing up. Might have to look into that because I don't know, I might not have access to the streaming API. Oh, I'm an idiot. No, I'm not. Streaming API. Filter real-time tweets. Statuses.filter. Yep, okay. It should be working. And yet, it hates me. Alright, let us add in some more detail. Go away. You can stay open. You can go away. You can go away. You can go away. You can go away. I said you can go away. Twit. Yeah, filter real-time tweets. API reference. T.stream statuses.filter. Well, let's go a little simpler. Statuses.sample. I am having fun. I'm just, you know, exploring. I'm just exploring. Because honestly, I haven't worked with the Twitter API in a while, and I wanted to see this. API reference. Get statuses sample. Yeah, okay, let stream equals tstream sample. Now does status.sample give any? No. Alright, so we can just get rid of this. And we should be able to run it. However, it still does not want to give us our responses, which makes me believe that we do not actually have access to the streaming. Yeah, so unfortunately that seems to be a problem on my end. Let me go over to Totally Russian. Do we have Read and write, additional permissions, settings, stream API. How do I tell if I have permission? I mean, I should have permission to the stream API. Stream.on tweets. Tweets. Using Twit and the streaming API. Consuming streaming data. Alright. You know what? I'm not checking for errors, and that's part of the problem, probably. So... emitted each time a limitation message comes onto the stream. Okay. So, okay, let's do this. Stream.on connected res console.log res, and res is just shorthand for response. Let's see. Stream.on error ARR console.log error, which has 5 fields: message, status code, code, Twitter reply, and all errors. And now we're just going with the samples again. Let's see if we get anything out of this. Nope, it's not even... let's... okay. Stream.start. Let's see if we need that. Why am I not getting my connected? Twit.stream calls start for you. Yeah. I'm not getting any errors. How irritating is that? I should be getting my sample of statuses. I should be getting tweets. And yet, I'm not. Let's add one more error type message. Stream.on limits. How odd is that? Okay, let's just look at someone else's code. So, we've got that, we've got that. We've got that. We've got that. Where is the... anything to do with the streaming API? Liking and retweeting bots. Bot.js. Status is filter, track phrase. Stream.onTweet, got tweet. Retweet. Yeah, I mean, seriously, this is exactly what I'm doing, except... T.stream, status is filter, track phrase. Track Russian bots. Stream.onConnected, stream.onAir, stream.onLimit, stream.onTweet. Liking retweeter bot, Twitterbot Q. Save. Try you again. Please don't just quit on me. Ha! There we go. There we go. Starting to get it. Alright, awesome. Okay, so now we are getting our tweets. Strange, I don't know why it wasn't working before, but now it works, so hey. I bet the while one was taking up everything. It was just locking up the flow. Although I don't know why it didn't work before I stuck that in there. Anyway, let's start playing with that. So, now it's going to... let's exit... No, come here. Node.js exit. Process.exit, that's what it is. On error, process.exit 0, or well, 1. On limit, process.exit 1. Don't really need the connected. And now, stream.onTweet is where we want to start doing stuff. In fact, what we wanted to do is... let's, what do we want to do with it? Let's just randomly sample out of it. I believe it's tweet.text, right? Yes. You have tweet.text matches, or wait, JavaScript regex. Matching, working with Okay, so if hashtag MAGA g.exec tweet.text console.log tweets. Now, we are only plucking out those that have the words Russian bots and MAGA in them. This is going to be much slower, if occurring at all. In fact, it does not look like it's going to happen, so let's also wait. IG and Twitter lockouts. No, yes, there we go. See? Now, we're getting about one tweet every few seconds. Content. If you read posts with the hashtag Twitter lockout, it's almost all Republicans claiming to have lost hundreds or even thousands of followers overnight. That's a retweet. You know what's really interesting is the shit you can learn by reading this shit. Because going through, I'm noticing that there is a lot of bot-driven text on the right. Literally, all of these posts seem to be showing the exact same text, but are not a retweet of something else. Because there is an is retweet, where is it? In reply to. This Twitter lockout has just crushed my audience. Not a retweet. Is quote status false? Retweeted. Here it is. So if retweeted is set to true, that means that someone retweeted this text. We could actually use this to perform analysis on how many people are actually retweeting and how many accounts are producing the same, the same text, which honestly both sides appear to be producing the exact same text in all of their things. See, here's the full text. Twitter begins purging bots. If you look at the Twitter purge and Twitter lockout, you can see conservatives losing their shit because their follower counts have dropped by thousands. Looks at own follower count, increased by 500. And this is retweeted. Where's the retweeted variable? Where's the retweeted variable? Truncated false. Screen name Tiboku. Coordinates null. Retweeted status. Yeah, okay. So this is where you can see that it's a retweet. Truncated true. Is quote status false. Extended tweets. Retweeted false. That's odd. We've got to figure out what that variable specifically means. 120 decibels is pretty funny. Well, let's take a peek into 120 decibels, shall we? But yeah, I mean, honestly, it doesn't take a lot of lines of code to produce a bot. You just have to know what you want and get your bot to do it. Personally, I don't know what I want. I'm literally just fucking around for the sake of showing you guys just how simple all of this shit really is right now. If we wanted to create something more complex, say, I don't know, a bot that... not sure. Honestly, I can't think of anything. Can you guys think of something you want a bot to do? I mean, honestly, it's up to y'all at this point, because at this point I could just about go. I've sat and showed how the different APIs work. A few of them I haven't gone into detail, however, for the most part, all you're going to be needing is statuses filter, statuses, tweets, or... Fuck, I just fucked that up. Search tweets is which one again? Standard search. Right, search tweets. A bot that takes over the world. A science bot that takes samples. But samples of what is the question? What do you want? What exactly do you want me sampling? Because, I mean, by the same extension, this can be used to search all throughout the fire hose. Although searching the fire hose is extremely intensive. You're going to be getting thousands of tweets a second and hitting your limit every second within 15 minutes. You can definitely set up you can definitely set that up, Ottakeen. That's not hard to do. However, I am not looking to get my account banned right now, but I could show you how to create that if you wanted to set up a separate account. I mean, again, it's all a matter of let targets equals, let's Riley J. Dennis. Well, okay, well, I mean, hashtags I've already shown because you can use track to follow and see what's going on. Let's track Twitter lockout. Whenever a tweet, if tweet dot retweet count greater than 999, greater than or equal to, yeah, wait, greater than or equal to 1000, console.log tweets .text. I mean, here's, you know, very, very simple, but we can actually watch retweets occur of the most popular tweets, if any are going to happen. I mean, honestly, this is not something that seems to be producing a lot of activity in the, you know, numbers of retweets. That's weird. I mean, we should be getting something. Let's see if I can't move it along a little bit. Home. And Twitter lockout is about at the bottom of the trending thing, so we are going to be seeing things going on soon. Okay, I guess we don't want to track it with the hashtag. Honestly, there aren't a lot that have. That's bizarre. I should be seeing retweets of these things. I'm only going to be going for another 10 minutes or so, so prepare yourselves for the end of the stream, because I'm mostly just showing off the API and the things it can do. I wasn't actually planning on building something extremely intensive. Now, as for using it to grow followers, that's a possibility. That would be, I mean, you would have to be creative with it, right? So what you would want to do is say you want to I'm not sure. You want to have it follow people, although you could only follow 450 people every 15 minutes. And hope that they follow you back, and then unfollow them after like 24 hours, for example. That's a possibility. You would, on tweets, contains if, right, so let's let targets equal empty array if targets.index of tweet.user.screen_name triple equals negative double equals -1. You know, okay, so targets.index of .tweet.user.screen_name equals -1. Add the user to the targets.append, targets.push tweet.user.screen_name. And then we can start collecting a list of everybody who's using a certain hashtag, specifically, let's say, Twitter lockouts. And we can even narrow it down further, like if targets, if tweet.user. Is it description, bio? How did that work? How do they do that? Description, right. If tweet.user.description, oh wait, yeah. If maga ig.exec tweet.user.description, and I believe this returns what is it supposed to return if it's not found? I believe it returns -1. Okay, well, let's do some quick Babel node E ABC Does that mean it returns null? I think that's returning null. Oh, okay, I see what we do. So, Yeah, if it will return null. So this will return true. Alright, we can just do that. There. Now we can go through all of the users who tweet in a specific hashtag, usually like a trending hashtag. We can check their description for the MAGA hashtag, and then we can push them into a list. And then once we have that list, we can check the list every so often. We can, you know, it doesn't even have to be a list. It could actually be a list appended. Well, we can have it so that their username, have it like an object, like username and the date they tweeted. And then we can use specialized math to say, all right, let's go through this list now that we've, you know, been filtering for a while, and see how long it's been since we followed them. If it's been long enough, we unfollow them, whether they followed us or not. And that would actually be a very simple way to develop followers, because of the follow back pattern that tends to be pretty common in Twitter. You could also do the same thing with retweets by sticking a random assortment of these names at the top of a tweet that your bot sends out, and with the words "please retweet," people will retweet it. Here, let's take a moment and show you just how popular the phrase "please retweet" is. Actually, hold on. Before we get into that, tweet.text, just so we have a much simpler output. There we go. Every time someone says the words "please RT," please RT, please RT. Or rather, this is a search term, so it's actually looking for the words "please" and "RT" to occur in the same tweet at the same time. And again, you can use this. Another very simple example would be RT to win, retweet to win. These are the raffle, retweet to win, RT to win, RT to win, RT to win. It's giveaway time. You can search for that as well. These are the kinds of things you can, I mean, and here's the thing. This is all a legitimate use of Twitter. This is the reason I'm showing all of this shit off. Because the people, the actual people who had their accounts locked out weren't even doing this. They likely just retweeted or followed the wrong person, but Twitter threw up the automated behavior, warning at them because they didn't want to reveal that they are showing their political bias. The fact of the matter is, this API can be used to do a number of things. It is completely within the design of Twitter to be able to operate it with automation rather than using it directly. And as such, it's absolute bullshit that people are being banned. That being said, it is late. My throat is killing me, and I would like to get something to drink and have a smoke and relax for a while. So thank you all for watching. This has been absolutely wonderful, and I will catch you guys next time. Mwah.